She said, baby, why you so low-key? Never seen you up in these streets. She a baddie running game on me. So they be really working OT. You're trying to get to know me, but I don't wanna budge, no. I can tell that she a freak, it's a freak that she wants, so you know the vibes, it's mine, no time for solos. You already know, when I pull up on the curves, you know we have to keep it gangsta for true. You told your girls that I'm a dub, then you looked me in my eyes and said, you're mine, oh. You're mine, oh. Fuck these other bitches, are you dumb? For real, see, I know you wanna. What is this? Witness this. You didn't turn you on, now she wanna get it on. She a freak in the sheets, ain't nobody here for creep. So I don't mind if you wanna spend some time. Whoa. She know we have to keep it gangsta for true. You told your girls that I'm a dub, then you looked me in my eyes and said, you're mine, you are mine, oh. You're mine, you are mine, oh. The fuck these other bitches, are you dumb? That's why that you're a freak. You've been a freak of the week, but you're still a lady in the streets. But I know you a freak. You've been a freak like me, but I just want some more. You told your friends that I'm a dub, then you looked them in the eyes and said, he's just a vibe, he's that guy, but he made me shy and cry. I wonder why. Oh Lord, she's a freak. You've been a freak of the week, but you're still a lady in these streets. But I know you a freak. You've been a freak like me, but I just want some more. You told your friends that I'm a dub, then you looked them in the eyes and said, he's just a vibe, he's that guy, but he made me shy and cry. I wonder why. Oh Lord, she's a. She said, baby, why you so low-key? Never seen you up in these streets. She a baddie running game on me, so they be really working OT. You're trying to get to know me, but I don't wanna budge, no. I can tell that she a freak, it's a freak that she wants, so you know the vibes, it's mine, no time for solos. You already know, when I pull up on the curves, you know we have to keep it gangsta for true. You told your girls that I'm a dub, then you looked me in my eyes and said, you're mine, oh. You're mine, oh. Fuck these other bitches, are you dumb? For real, see, I know you wanna. What is this? Witness this. You didn't turn you on, now she wanna get it on. She a freak in the sheets, ain't nobody here for creep. So I don't mind if you wanna spend some time. Whoa. She know we have to keep it gangsta for true. You told your girls that I'm a dub, then you looked me in my eyes and said, you're mine, you are mine, oh. You're mine, you are mine, oh. The fuck these other bitches, are you dumb? That's why that you're a freak. You've been a freak of the week, but you're still a lady in the streets. But I know you a freak. You've been a freak like me, but I just want some more. You told your friends that I'm a dub, then you looked them in the eyes and said, he's just a vibe, he's that guy, but he made me shy and cry.
You just killed it.
You made the decision to play Thiago. Klopp doesn't change the system since Move actually left. You don't want to change from the 4-3. Boom, what's going on, people? We're back again on the Jerry James Show for something a bit different. We obviously had the transfer hub going on during the summer. There's no transfer news right now, but I said, you know, why don't I still provide that content to you? Still provide that news in it, and we can discuss it and chop up for a bit. Won't be as long, won't be as extensive, but we can discuss and talk about obviously the biggest news surrounding Liverpool. This is obviously the news round. I'm going to try to drop this to you in between, games and watch-alongs and that type of stuff. So as always, anytime you see me in front of the camera, please make sure you are smashing a like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. And if you've done all of those things, make sure that you're hitting the notification bell so you're alerted when we go live. Very simple, en route to 200 million subscribers. So close to being there. So big up to your damn souls for doing that. If you want to become a member on the channel, you should see a link to become a member somewhere on the screen or somewhere just below on the video as well. So click that. You'll get some more info. And it's going to be a mad community. As I said, the first video is dropping this week. So if you want to be obviously one of the first people to get that new content, make sure that we are doing that. For all the OG members as well, we've got a gift for you guys as well that is coming very, very shortly. So we're going to be obviously messaging you all individually as well. So big up to yourselves and everyone that's been supporting so far. Before I get into anything, though, it would be rude of me if I didn't obviously shout everyone in the building. I mean, shout the man, them, shout everyone. So I'm going to do that from now. Big up to the Irish Wealdstone Raider saying he will stay. He loves this club. Of course, I don't think that's in doubt. And obviously, we're going to talk about who that is. A lot of people obviously will have a kind of idea and a gist anyway, looking at the thumbnail. We got G as well in the building. Big up saying smash them lights, people. Big up to yourselves. Big up to LFC Aaron as well. saying fire, fire, fire. John's music is fire. We got Alexander Delos, big up to yourself, saying if Trent leaves, we got Soboslai. Yeah, right now it seems like we got Soboslai for every position. Every position. Do you know what I mean? Right back, we've got Soboslai. Left back, we've got Soboslai. DM, we've got Soboslai. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, Captain. Fantastic. We've got Tyrell. Big up to Tyrell Gunner TV, saying big up, Jerry. Shout out to Tyrell Gunner as well. Haven't actually checked out her channel, but will do, bro. So big up to your damn selves. And guys, everyone go ahead and obviously check out Tyrell Gunner TV as well, as we always do. Big up to obviously Gary Richards as well. And a quick question, we've got some LC Aaron saying, are you doing a live stream on Thursday, Jerry? Yes, I am, people. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. We are doing the watch along. We told you once we got to that 2K, we said we're gonna have to do a watch along. So yes, Aaron, 100% we're doing that watch along. But without further ado, let's get into it as quick as possible. So of course, 2 seconds, people. Yeah, so of course, as we're talking, massive news coming out of Liverpool, being reported by TalkSport earlier today. Liverpool are entering into contract talks with Trent Alexander-Arnold. Yes, people. Vice captain made this season. The main man, the creator from midfield. This guy been an amazing servant to Liverpool. Assist king. I don't know what other superlatives we want to obviously talk about. And we know defensively sometimes he's a bit off. Nonetheless, great player. It seems as though he is going to be extending his stay at Liverpool. This still rumored to be, do you know what I mean, worth around 250 grand per week. So a massive, about 100k bumper increase on his contract. It's seeming as though, you know, Alisson's clause being obviously increased. Salah getting his deal over the line means that Trent is now next in line as well. Being made vice captain, he's obviously being offered a bigger role in terms of kind of leadership in the squad. So it does make sense. I guess it's a positive from the club from all angles. Whether you rate him or not, and the majority will rate him, he's a player he's a massive asset to Liverpool from an attacking sense, 100%. As a player, just in general, what he represents to Liverpool, being a Scouser, being one of our own, massive, obviously, factor there. And then on top of that, for anyone that doesn't really rate Trent, and obviously we're not going to discuss that, we've got sell-on value now. Do you know what I mean? You've got a player here that's achieved so much in the game, won everything there is to win at club level, trying to go and do it again. Do you know what I mean? The broken records in terms of assists and being creative and being the creative outlet has in his own right kind of changed the way we've looked at the right back position and done that for a few years. I know we obviously it's changing now with the whole kind of solid kind of right, like kind of Man City solid kind of centre backs at right back and at left back. However, for a long period of time, Trent was the beacon to show like this is the ability you need to have to play at right back, right full back in general. So massive. Obviously, props to him. 250k, I think it's worth it, man. I think when you're looking at our model, a lot of people were kind of worried about what does this mean for Liverpool. You know, 250k. Salah getting a bumper contract. Does that mean everyone's contract is going to have to increase incrementally? And does that kind of destroy the model and that FSG model that was there? And 100% it does. 100% it does. Like, it does destroy the model, but for FSG to keep the best players, they're going to go and have to do that. And it is a positive sign. It's rumored that the deal will be completed as early as, by Christmas. So not as early as by Christmas. We've still got a couple of months to go, but seemingly it's not going to go into next year and into the summer as it did with Salah. So that's a real positive thing. Not rumors, but reports do suggest that he loved, according to Fabrizio Romano, saying that he loves the club. He wants to say Liverpool love him as well, as we know, represents everything that is good about Liverpool. And yeah, it's a positive sign for Liverpool. It means everything right now is going in the right direction. Off the field, we're learning from our mistakes, you know. And with the Salah situation, we saw how that went. We've seen the likes of Bobby, Ox, and a few players, you know, players, even Matip to a certain extent, you know, players that we could have extended their deals last year and probably got some money out of them in terms of resale value and protecting the assets of the club. We weren't able to go and do that. And obviously, this is, obviously, as I said, step in the right direction. So I really need to know what you guys think on that. Trent Alexander-Arnold signing, obviously, that contract extension still hasn't hit the heights that we expecting to hit this season. And we're going to need him at his very best if Liverpool are going to kind of push on and maintain what they've been able to start this season. I mean, being unbeaten in 6 games, 5 wins, 1 draw, really, really impressive. Going into this, obviously, Europa League tie, it gives us a feel-good factor. So it's 100%, it's good news. Apologies, my cat is playing around and like, yeah. I don't know what the cat's doing. Right, it is what it is. Apologies if you guys can hear that. What we going on here? Big up to Honesty here. Honesty saying, look, JJ Diaz is on 55k, Adrian on 60k. Diaz needs a bump in his contract to at least 130 to 150k. I mean, I don't know. Me personally, I hear what you're saying, but he hasn't done anything yet. And I think I think those players need to be incentivized more than the likes of Trent and Virgin. I think there can be a disparity between those players until Diaz can go and show, he's top 3 in goals and assists for this season. Like, if he's able to go and do that in the Premier League, then 100% we can go and offer him a bumper contract. But for now, I think this is all good, man. This is all good. We got honestly saying, big up JJ. I have to apologize. I didn't mean you when I said fans will say LFC is lucky. Other teams show championship mentality. I was speaking on rivals and fans who think LFC are done. Yeah, I hear you, bro. You got nothing to apologize, bro. You got nothing to apologize for, man. We're all good here. Going on to say, look, Trent is Mr. LFC, born and bred Scouser. He's our most successful right back in this era. And when he don't play, you see it on the pitch. 100%, man. We saw Gomez inverting that right back, and it wasn't great. I mean, in that first half against Wolves. So, albeit massive news. Gary Richards also confirming, saying, look, this is great news. Trent is world class, JJ. 100% great news, man. Great news. Guys, please make sure we are smashing the like, please. And let me know where you're watching from as well. That'd be amazing if you could go and do that. Next up on the news, people. Today, let me just get this up. Don't tell me I've lost it. There we go. And it's some real interesting news. Do you know what I mean? So obviously, David Lynch from via This Is Anfield has stated today that Liverpool confirmed new sponsorship deal as part of 35 million agreement. Liverpool have confirmed a new multi-year sponsorship agreement with shipping giant UPS. The American firm becomes the club's first ever global logistics and shipping partner. The partnership is expected to boost Liverpool's retail and e-commerce operations, allowing fans to get their hands on merchandise quicker and more efficiently. News of this latest sponsorship is after Liverpool recently confirmed deals with both Peloton and Google. This Is Anfield understands that the trio of partnerships is set to net the club as much as 35 million. Ben Latty, the club's commercial director, said, "We are proud to be announcing this global partnership with UPS. As one of the world's largest companies, UPS are bringing a wealth of knowledge to our expertise to our already successful retail operations. We are looking forward to seeing the impact this will have and how it will improve fans' experience around the world." As you can see, an image there with Liverpool, official global logistics and shipping partner. The van's there, man. Kevin Warren, Chief Marketing and Customer Experience Officer at UPS, added, "We're proud to be the official logistics sponsor of Liverpool Football Club. Our global integrated logistics network means we can offer unmatched speed and reliability as LFC continues to grow its operations. We're ready to deliver team spirit and pride to LFC fans, no matter where they are in the world." Liverpool recently renewed their shirt sponsorship deals with Standard Chartered and Expedia, with AXA also listed as a principal partner. Carlsberg, Wasabi, and Nivea Men are among the club's other official partners, with deals also struck with Vistaprint, EA Sports, Cadbury, and SC Johnson. So yeah, massive news. So interesting, this news, when you go and look at it, because ultimately it's the same thing we've had a lot of the time. Liverpool now are getting sponsorship deals. We're going to get excited and say, wow, that means that there's 35 million for Liverpool to net. Really interesting. It's the similar amount to what we paid for McAllister and Gravenberch, which actually means that, and could it mean, and this is a question that I'm posing to you guys in the chat and everyone that's watching on a replay, does this mean that Liverpool will be going in for an Andre Trindade potentially? Does that money then offset that signing, and that means that signing ends up being a kind of zero net signing? Is that something to go and look at? Does it mean that we sign a centre-back with that money in the January transfer window? Like, let me know. It's something really interesting. As I said, commercially, Liverpool starting to kind of do the things that we've always heard from Liverpool, doing stuff well off the pitch, getting good deals. And, it seems as though the backroom staff, the back of house stuff is starting to get its order in effect and everything's starting to align. We're not hearing any rumors of this person leaving. Schmack has done what he's had to go and do. There's no talk of him botching any deals. And it seems as though we're starting to get back to that level of operating to a high level. So listen, really, really, really good to go and see, man. Really good to see from that perspective. The question I've got is, how is that money going to be used? Because we heard the same thing regarding the obviously Nike deal and the Nike sponsorships. Liverpool getting into this partnership, not getting, a cash lump sum as big as what New Balance were offering, but the actual global package was going to be bigger. We haven't seen that really rewarded as of yet, or I haven't seen that on paper and seen how that's benefited Liverpool on the transfer on the transfer field. Of course, we know they're probably getting more money as they ever have because Nike are a bigger supplier. There's more Nike outlets, more people can go and get the new jerseys. I'm looking at one right now. My purple third kit and the away kit have just arrived as well, so I'll be rocking that on Thursday with you guys. But yeah, so they're getting their money. So from that perspective, regarding that, that's all there is to it, man. That's all there is to it in regards to that. Big up to Honestly saying, I think yes, because rumors are we will go for Andre and Hincapié in January, but let's see it first. Then I will believe it. You never know with FSG. I 100% agree. Big up to Rob Stewart in the building saying, I'm happy he's getting a new contract. Now he needs to work on his defending. I get blood pressure watching him try and defend. Yeah, sometimes I do as well, man. I think we all do. I think there's areas where he has to improve in his game 100%. However, I do look at it also and think to myself, you know what? He is a player that, he's out. He's being told to play out of position, and it means he's covering more ground and having to do more work than the average right back would. We've seen in games when he's had to go and sit back, second half against Newcastle, when we're down to 10 men, he was able to go and defend well whilst being on a yellow card. He locked up, Leroy Sané in the Champions League semi-final. With Sané attacking him down that left-hand side and Sané being one of the best left wingers at the time in the world, if not in the Premier League. So, in the Premier League, if not in the world. So he has shown that he can do it. It's more of a concentration thing and then a positional thing as well. But don't get it twisted. I've grilled him so many times, man. I've grilled him so many times. So I definitely hear it. Big up to Sideline Football Show saying big up Red Brothers. Again, another show, and I'm happy to go and see this. We've got the Sideline Football Show in the building. Have not obviously watched your show or watched your channel, but I'm definitely going to check it out along with Tyrell Gunner TV as well. So big up to yourselves, both of you, and guys, make sure we're heading over to Sideline Football and seeing what content is dropping, man. So big up to yourself. Big up to Victor Jomo saying, people who don't rate Trent are just being disrespectful and don't know anything about football. I mean, look, it's not. I don't think no one doesn't rate Trent. I agree with that. I think if you say you don't rate Trent, I do think you're a bit deluded and you're just saying stuff for clickbait and just nonsense. However, if you're saying you don't rate Trent because, and you can explain why you don't, because you may prefer this type of right back to that right back as an example, and you can back it up with facts, I'm not going to go and criticize anyone for that, because for me, that's just using your logic there. So 100% I agree. Big up to Justin Ulysses saying we need Alisson and VVD extensions as well. On that, I don't think Alisson gets an extension. He recently, obviously, was made the third highest paid player at Liverpool with a clause in his contract that meant he was going to get a bumper contract. So his contract's already increased. So his contract's already increased, with Virgil and Salah being the only players that were earning more than him, are earning more than him now. Of course, the deal isn't done for Trent yet. In regards to Virg, I wouldn't give Virg another contract, because Virg hasn't earned another contract as of yet. Alisson 100% has, and Trent is of an age where, his status in the club has increased by a drastic measure. He's now the vice captain. If Virg was not available, he becomes captain. We know that already. And he's a younger player and he's a bigger asset for us. Virg right now, a great player. He isn't as big of an asset financially because of his age, because of his injuries, and because of his performances. So I would stay off that a bit. But I hear what you're saying, man. Big up to Nico LFC saying, big up JJ, big up to your damn selves. I'm going to chuck those two things back at you, man. Big up to yourself. More news coming from Liverpool as well. You might as well go and talk about it, man. Antonio, Mikel Antonio. Let's get it up, man. Let's get it up. Because there's a lot of talk now a lot of people, getting quite upset regarding what's going on with. There we go. Here we go. Let me just share this with you guys. There's a lot of talk surrounding Mikel Antonio. I don't want to talk about it before we go and have a look, so I'm going to go and do that. But I do think as though, people are getting a bit overexcited and over kind of sensitive. Lo and behold, obviously, we're going to get into that right now. So as you guys can see here, big up to Dave O'Cop with this one saying, Mikel Antonio has made the bold claim that West Ham will finish higher than Liverpool this season, saying, I am backing it myself over Liverpool. You know what? I think we're going to finish higher than Liverpool this season. I'm putting it out there. Also stating that, he believes it's a real 6-pointer and that, they've got Liverpool, we've got obviously West Ham on Sunday, and that he believes Liverpool are going to go and obviously lose and succumb to the pressure of West Ham. Massive claims made by Mikel Antonio, and there seems to be this uproar from a lot of fans, man. A lot of uproar suggesting, what's going on here? How's Antonio saying this? People critiquing Antonio, saying, "No, Antonio's 33. He's only the highest amount of goals he's ever scored in his career in a season is 14, and he's talking rare tear. And for me, I look at it and I get it. People are going to get a bit sensitive, a bit upset. It's their club, but relax. Wouldn't you, if you had a player, wouldn't you want your player talking like that? I'd want my player talking like that. I'd want my player having that type of confidence. This is what we want. It's that mentality, isn't it? I don't think there's anything wrong in what Antonio said. Didn't really disrespect us. I think people are already touchy because he spoke on the Salah situation, saying that Salah would have potentially went, but credit to him, didn't kick up a fuss, but he thinks that Salah will be gone in the summer. A lot of us as fans think that. A lot of us have spoken about this being Salah's last hurrah in the Liverpool top. So I don't understand where this outrage is coming from. We're a bit sensitive, in my opinion, man, and we need to kind of cool it off a bit and just remember, look, we're Liverpool, we're bigger than that. Just do the business on the weekend and you can put it to bed. You're getting all riled up and creating a bigger issue than there is by just Antonio just talking about what he thinks. And ultimately, it's just his opinion. It might not be the case, man. We've got Gary Rector saying, Mikel Antonio should just shut his face, JJ. Yeah, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. We got Victor Joma saying, Antonio is so silly and deluded for his stupid comments. Is he, though? Why are they stupid comments? He's got belief in his team. I would want my player doing that. Big up to Diggs, by the way, 7. Big up to yourself. Big up to Red and White, aka NYFY, saying big up JJ in the chat. Big up to yourself as well. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, so for me, 100%, I'm looking at it and I'm like, look, we need to just cool off. It is what it is, and that's the talk as well. We got Angel 96 here saying, why isn't Antonio supposed to be confident? Do these fans play competitive sports? This is my point. I think, look, he's playing competitive sports and he's giving in his opinion. Imagine we had a striker that didn't feel like that. I want my striker talking like that. Now we're going to do it. Now I'm getting 30 goals. I want Salah saying, no, I'm getting 30 goals. That's the mentality I want to have. Not maybe. I remember a bit off topic when Lacazette joined Arsenal. He had a sit-down interview with Thierry Henry, right? Because he was supposed to come in and be that French striker, this goal scorer, Arsenal, bagging goals for Lyon in the French league. Comes over to Arsenal, supposed to be the main guy, Lacazette. And Henry asks him, yeah, what are you going to get 25 goals or 20 goals in the league? Yeah, that's what you're on. And Lacazette was like, maybe. And Thierry was like, what do you mean maybe? Yes. Like, you're Arsenal's number 9, bro. Yes. And that's the mentality you've got to have. There's got to be a certain level, a certain standard. Now we know Mikel Antonio is limited in his abilities. Do you know what I mean? But you got to have that confidence there, man. For me, you got to have that confidence. And another bit of news surrounding Liverpool as well is that Liverpool are looking to go and sign Iñaki Williams. Nico Williams. Iñaki Williams is a younger brother who plays for Atletico Bilbao at the moment, Spanish international, on a free next summer. His contract is expiring at Bilbao. Still hasn't been able to go and sign a contract extension, or not looking to. There has been an impasse in that situation, and there's been a lot of rumours to suggest that Iñaki Williams may come in and to come in to fill that Salah void once Salah leaves in the summer. Now, let me just put that out there just to be straight off the bat and be completely honest. That can never be the case. That we cannot be in a situation where our replacement is Iñaki Williams. It doesn't help the player. It doesn't help us. We wouldn't be satisfied. Klopp will be digging a hole for his grave if he believes that. Unless Nico Williams would be able to go and come in and set the world alight, which I just don't go and see. It's a good option to have. And I spoke about, I think, yesterday where, Nico Williams, having him there in the squad, decent player, obviously big potential, has a lot of talent, and he's someone that can come into the squad and we can have him rotating and can potentially compete with Doak. And we can see how Doak does this season, but he can be competing for that right wing spot. But if we're replacing Salah, we've got to get a big boy player. And it doesn't have to be a direct replacement, but the replacement can't be Nico Williams. Like, let's just put that out there. It cannot, by any circumstance, be Nico Williams. So for me, great little news there. We'll have to see what happens there. We're not too sure as of yet. Obviously, as Klopp said, while we're talking about transfers, the transfer window just ended, and we're already talking about the January transfer window when the summer transfer window ended a couple of weeks ago. So, look, we're going to have to hold our horses on that one, but this is a bit crazy. This is obviously a bit crazy for me. But yeah, Alexander Delos saying, I hope you don't have his brother's IQ. Yeah, I hear you. I'm Ghanaian myself, so I know how frustrating Iñaki Williams can be watching him in the World Cup. His brother's got a bit more talent, man, a bit more about him, in my opinion, from what I've seen. So look, we'd have to just go and wait and see how he does this season. It's not like we're going to be signing him in January or anything like that. So let's just wait to see how he does in, obviously, this season. Can he go and perform to the highest level, do you know what I mean, this season, and then come into Liverpool and build on that? We'll have to wait and see, man. We'll have to wait and see. I'm going to get into some more comments as well before we head out, because as I said, this is just a quick video to get some news. Big up to Gary Richards here saying, will Jones get a new deal? You know what? Jones signed a new deal last year, didn't he? Or was that Gomez? Let's go and have a look. Let me see. When's the last time Curtis Jones signs a new deal? Wait. I believe it was last year. When was this? Okay. Let's go and have a look at this. When was this? So 2 seasons ago. Interesting. Currently, it's stating that Curtis Jones signed a 5-year contract with Liverpool in 2022, including an annual average salary of $780,000. In 2023, Jones will earn a base salary of $780,000 while carrying a cap hit of $780,000. So he's on about $15K a week at the moment. I think that's definitely a player that's going to be in line for a contract extension. I think at the end of the season, depending on how he performs this season, if he has a great kind of from now to January, that could probably be pushed to January. And maybe there's negotiations happening already. I think what we're trying to do right now is ascertain who's going to be the kind of starting midfield kind of partnerships. We know people assume it's obviously Szoboszlai and McAllister that are bankers right now. We're not too sure. Jones has started a lot of games right now, even though he had that injury, came back straight into the fold. McAllister was the one that's been taken off. Endo hasn't had, obviously, a sniff since his last cameo at Newcastle. Do you know what I mean? Or last game at Newcastle. I hasn't really had a sniff of games. I thought he would have come in the last game, didn't. So I think Gravenberch, Elliott in that squad. So we've still got a lot to go and work with. I think we're probably going to see an extension towards the end of next season, in my opinion, man. It was Gomez that I was thinking about that actually signed a contract extension last season. We got Victor Ojoma big up saying Antonio is so silly and deluded for his stupid comments. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. We got Alexander Delos saying Antonio is just sharing opinions. We got Victor big up to yourself saying I can bet 100,000 that West Ham isn't finishing ahead of Liverpool. You never know, man. I'm not saying. I think we will finish ahead of West Ham, but don't go the line, innit? Don't go the line because you can become bait. We've got Justin Ulysses saying Antonio is an LFC guy, LFC fan, guys. He's just messing around. Yeah, he is an LFC fan. He is. Red White and Red, aka NYFY, saying confidence is one thing, delusion is another. I don't think it's delusional, though. Big up to Nico LFC saying ain't mad at Antonio for thinking that that at all. As an athlete, I expect you to think like that, but we all know we are smashing them this weekend. You'll never walk alone, fellas. Exactly, that's the mentality, man. Let's just do that. If we do this stuff on the pitch, we're not even talking about this. The worst thing is, imagine he says that and then he's the one that dunks on Van Dijk or dunks on Ibu or dunks on whoever, and he's the one that scores and he's the one that takes them to the victory. I'm going to be looking at a lot of you guys and I'm searching for you guys, man, because you guys are talking a bit too reckless. We got Trudon saying Antonio is a funny guy. Don't know about that. Red and White saying wouldn't mind bringing in Nico at all, bro. I hear you for a squad depth as well. Stephen Truseeker, big up to yourself, saying Gomez got roasted at the weekend. Yeah, man, he got roasted, man. He got roasted. We got Honesty saying JJ Mac 10 is on 140k. If Diaz sees that, can't that play on Diaz's mind? Like, I'm here longer, won 2 trophies. Mac hasn't done anything for LFC, or it can motivate him to do better. Oh, in regards to the contract, I hear what you're saying. 100%, I hear what you're saying. What I would say to that, though, is Diaz won 2 trophies, but we would have won those trophies. I mean, Diaz came in, but he won 2 trophies. McAllister came in off the bat of being a World Cup winner and knowing that Liverpool needed a midfielder. Diaz came in when we still had Mane, we still had Origi, we still had Minamino, we had players in the team. So him coming in didn't really affect what Liverpool were doing in that regard. It wasn't as a major key because we didn't have glaring holes in that position. That's the difference. That's the way I look at it. Liverpool, when they're buying McAllister, it's like, damn, we've got rid of a lot of our midfielders. We need you as a midfielder. So you're coming in at a different kind of level. Angel at 68 saying Newcastle youth getting a taste of Champions League football. Milan 4, Newcastle 0. Yeah. We got Gary Richards. That's obviously on Antonio's neck, saying Antonio glorified left back. He's also West Ham's top scorer in the Premier League. So, boy, if that's from left back, we've got serious questions to obviously go and discuss. But yeah, people, obviously that's been the news round for today regarding Liverpool. Big up to everyone that tuned in. Obviously, these are going to be quick snippets just to go and check in with you guys, see how you guys are doing. As I said, let me know in the comments after the video is done where you're watching from. If you're not obviously in the live stream, if you're watching it on the replay. Yeah, make sure that obviously you make sure you're liking the video. I need all of you guys liking the video. If all of you guys like the video, it means I can get onto the people that don't. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to start. I've actually found a way in which I can clock who's liked or not. There's a little app, some AI thing that I've figured out. So I'm going to start calling people out and I'll know. So do you know what I mean? Cool. Keep playing. But obviously I'm joking. Big up to your damn selves. Make sure we're liking, subscribing, sharing. Of course, become a member. You should be able to become a member down below. Make sure that you're staying tuned tomorrow because tomorrow we are going to be dropping the preview for the Liverpool game, man. Liverpool versus Lask, our first game, which is, I don't know, it becomes a bit, it's a bit sad. Not sad, but our first game of the Europa League. We're not in the Champions League, unfortunately. We're not going to be, competing for that major honor as we thought we would be. However, look, we're going to be in the Europa League and we've got to take it, seriously. We've got to be that team that's ready to obviously go and take over. So the video is going to redirect there anyway. So you can actually just stay on to the end of the video. It's going to take you and redirect you over there and you can start liking from now. So by the time we get to tomorrow, wow, power cut or whatever. Mad. The power cut is crazy. Yeah, power cut is crazy, guys. So, yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Big up to everyone in the building. Stay blessed. Have a great afternoon. It's been the Dre James Show, and we are out. Take it easy. Boom.